Let's start in a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana with legs crossed, or any other seat that feels good. But take a second to find your way there. Get nice and comfortable, wiggle into your seat. And then just take a couple of good shrugs of your shoulders. Really shrug through them. Notice the muscles in between your shoulder blades. Notice the muscles up on the tops of the shoulders, and then notice the muscles alongside of your neck. And then just really start taking in a big grind. So you want to see if you can lift the shoulders way up high up to the ears, and then squeeze them all the way behind you. And then if you like, close your eyes down and just listen in for a minute. Notice your breath. Notice the movement of your muscles and bones. Take 1 or 2 more circles through, and then let your shoulders soften down. Find that nice light lifted position so you're sitting up tall, but it's not too much effort. Shoulders soft, arms soft and heavy, eyes closed down. And then just give a moment to settle in. Let your sits bones get heavy, let your thighs get heavy. And then in this seated position, similar to a bamboo swaying in the wind, a position that we would do in a standing, take the time here to just find a little bit of a sway in the upper part of your body. So with your eyes closed, breathing in and out with just a natural rhythm, find a little sway forward and back, maybe a little sway side to side. So just a gentle rocking movement, doesn't need to be big or grand, but just allow your body to move gently forward and back, side to side, or maybe circle around. Any bit of movement that feels right here. Take one more little sway side to side or forward and back, whatever the case is, and then find yourself aligned, head, heart, hips, shoulders soften down, and sit up just a little bit taller. Cool. And then we're going to take our left hand, we're going to reach across and find the right ribs. Spread your fingers nice and wide, and then just allow your right hand to soften. Take a nice deep inhale. Notice the movement in your ribs. And slowly exhale. 2 more cycles of breath here. Inhale, let the ribs fill up. Exhale, let your ribs soften. Nice. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then release that hand, take it to the other side. So right hand's going to reach across, spread your fingers nice and wide, really feel out the ribs there, squish around anything that you need to so you can kind of dig your fingers in. And then once you've found that space, then tune into your breath. Nice big inhale, allowing the ribs to open up. Exhale and allow the ribs to soften. Inhale and fill up. Exhale and soften. And take 1 more breath. And then releasing your right hand, both hands just gently resting on your knees or your thighs. See if you can tune into that space without the handhold. Inhale, let your ribs fill up. Exhale, let your ribs soften. Inhale, ribs open up. Exhale and soften. 1 more breath. Awesome. And then just for a moment here, come back to a natural rhythm of breath. Eyes closed, shoulders soft, hands soft and gentle. And then pause for a moment here and set an intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice. Never doing anything in your practice that would cause your body pain, and just treating yourself with love, care, and respect. Great. And then with that intention set, we're going to start to gently tick-tock the head side to side. So you're just going to drop your ear towards your shoulder and then take it over to the other side. You're going to take it into a small, gentle movement to start. And then as the muscles start to increase a little bit of warmth, maybe you drop the ear a little further towards the shoulder, but always making sure that it feels like a nice, comfortable, safe maneuver. Beautiful. One more time each side. And then as your head comes back to center, we're going to take it right into a sweet seated twist. So right hand's going to find your left knee, left hand behind you. Take 3 good breaths here. Think about getting nice and tall on your inhale. One more breath. Awesome. And then unwind and then take it over to the other side. Catch your knee, hand comes behind you. Think about getting tall on your inhale. One more breath. Great. And then unwind, and we're going to take it into a side bend, but we're going to let the sits bones lift on the side bend. So you're going to reach your left hand out to the ground, but reach it out nice and far so that your right sits bones kind of want to pick up off the floor. And then extend your right hand up towards the sky. From here, you're going to reach through the fingertips and try to reach your sits bones down towards the ground. Doesn't matter if they find the ground, but we just want to find that length and then release. Let the hip lift just a little bit. Reach your sits bones down, reach through the fingers, and then release just a little bit. And then do that one more time. Reach the sits bones down, reach through the fingers, and now see if you can find the floor, even if that means you walk yourself up just a little bit more. Both sit bones nice and anchored on the ground, reaching through the fingertips. Pull that top thumb back, take a nice big breath. Awesome. And then lift up with control. We're going to take it to the other side. So we're going to reach that hand out nice and far so that the sits bones are allowed to lift up, and then reach your hand up alongside your ear. Nice. Now from here, reach the sits bones down as you reach through the fingers. Beautiful. And then release that. Reach through the sits bones, reach through your fingers. Awesome. And then release. And this time reach as far as you can and then find this floor with your sits bones, even if that means you walk your hand in a little bit closer so that you can find that space. And then when you feel ready, pull the top thumb back, gaze up towards the sky, take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then with control, lift yourself up. Both fingertips are going to find the shoulders. We're going to take a couple of gentle circles in one direction. Nice. And then take a couple of gentle circles the other way. Awesome. And then let your hands touch down to your knees for a second here, dropping your right ear over to your right shoulder, finding a nice length through the side of the neck. And then you're going to reach your hand out, find the floor. So we're creating a nice long line from the fingertips, up the arm, up the side of the neck. Close your eyes down here and take a nice big breath. Awesome. And then when you're ready, release your hand, lift your head up, and we're going to take it to the other side. So you're going to drop your ear over to your shoulder, extend your fingertips down towards the ground. So we create that nice long line. And then once you feel like you found it, close your eyes and take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Open your eyes, hand comes in, lift your head up. We're going to bring both hands to heart center and our prayer hands. We're going to interlace the fingers and then pointers up. So we get that Charlie's Angel Mudra. We're going to inhale, reach the hands forward straight out from the heart, and then pull the hands back to the heart. Inhale and reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, pull the hands to the heart. Inhale, arms come forward straight out from the chest. Bring it back in towards the heart. Inhale, arms raise up. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, bring it back to the heart. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to come down. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale to bring it in. And now bring the prayer hands together. And now we're going to bring the forearms and the elbows together. And then once you've got your way there, you're going to bring your elbows fairly in line with the shoulders. Just notice how that feels in your shoulders. And then push your thumb away from your face and then bring it back to that neutral space. Push your thumb away and then bring it back in. Push your thumb away and bring it back in. And now keeping the prayer hands together and elbows and forearms together, you're going to inhale, lift your fingertips up. And then exhale, pull the elbows down slightly. So moving mostly out of the shoulders here. Inhale, lift your fingertips up. Exhale to pull the elbows down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to pull down. Nice. And then bring your hands to a nice neutral position. We're going to release the arms, swim them behind you. Tall fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest, lift your chin. Take a gentle back bend here. Nice big inhale. Nice slow exhale. Cool. And then gently release. And we're going to just kind of lean back into the sits bones so that we can loosen up the cross in our legs. So you're just going to kind of keep a crisscross in your legs and then take the tail. The foot that's on top, reach the opposite hand across, catch that knee, and then the other hand is going to come on top and catch hold of the other knee. Well, you got that crisscross in your legs and that crisscross in your arms. Move into a cat-cow breath here. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your chin. Exhale, hang onto your knees, round your back, tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale to round your back. One more just like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Awesome. And then come into a neutral spine, release the cross in your arms, switch the cross in your legs, and then we'll take it to the other side. So the leg that's in front, opposite hand comes across, and then the other hand comes on top. Once you've got that crisscross set up, inhale, lift your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your chin. Exhale to round your back. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Beautiful. One more just like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Nice. And then lift up nice and easy. Spin yourself around. Find your way into a tabletop position. Take your time here as you come into your tabletop. If you need to double stack your mat so your knees feel happy and a little cushioned and loved, take a moment to do that. And then once you found a tabletop that feels fairly good to you, take a moment to notice your hands. Look down at your hands, spread your fingers nice and wide, index fingers pointing to the top of the mat. And then we're going to push the floor away so the front body comes up nice and strong, a nice broadness in the shoulders. And now we're going to find a little hasta bandha. So we're going to imagine that the center of our palm is like a straw, and we're going to suck that straw up from the earth and then pull that energy up into the shoulders, lengthen your neck, gaze down between your thumbs, take a nice big conscious breath. Beautiful. Move right into a cat-cow from here. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale, round your back. Inhale to drop your belly. Exhale to round your back. Let's see if we can slow this down just a little bit more. Inhale, nice and slow, drop your belly, go super deep. Think about finding a stretch through the front of the belly, through the front of your chest. And then when you're ready, exhale and round. Pull the abdominal muscles in, broaden your shoulders, tuck your chin into your chest, and then just notice the space between your shoulders. Inhale to drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale to round your back. Beautiful. One more just like that. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale to round. And then find a nice neutral spine. Curl both sets of toes under. Take a few rocks forward and back just to stretch the toes and the bottoms of the feet. Take one more rock forward and back. And then as you come forward, you're going to release your toes, come into a crooked table. So left elbow and forearm are going to come down to the ground. We're going to pick the right leg up, pick it up super high so that the knee falls slightly behind you and you find a little space and length through the front of that right hip. And then once you found your way there, circle your foot in one direction and then circle your foot the other way. Beautiful. Nice and easy. Release that knee back down to the ground. We'll take our crooked table to the other side. So right elbow and forearm come down. We're going to lift that left leg up. Lift it so high that foot falls behind you, and then you find a little length through the front of the left hip. Once you found your way there, twirl your foot in one direction. Beautiful. And then twirl your foot the other way. Nice. And then when you're ready, easily set that foot down, come back into your tabletop position, big toes together, knees to the outer edges of your mat, come to extended child's pose. Pull your butt back to your heels, let your belly, your chest, your forehead soften down. Take a couple nice deep breaths here, just allowing everything to be soft and easy. But if you can, see if you can just tune back in and notice the side ribs. As you breathe in and out, notice that gentle movement of breath. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to start to sit back on our heels to take 3 lions breath. So walk yourself back. We're going to pick up our hands, rotate. So fingertips are going to be pointing in towards the inner thighs, and you're going to place your palms down onto the ground. So you're getting a stretch through the wrists, the forearms. See if you can find a little lift in your heart, lift in your gaze. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, you're going to stick out your tongue, look to your third eye, and make a little noise. So take your nice big inhale. And as you exhale, let it all go. Nice big breath in. Exhale, let it go. One more breath here. And then when you're ready, gently release your hands, give them a little shake out, float yourself forward into a tabletop position, walking your knees back in, curl your toes under, exhale up to a downward facing dog, and then take a few good pedals of the legs, bend one knee and press into the opposite heel. When you're ready, nice and easy, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Come to a little ragdoll fold at the top of your mat. Feet about hip or shoulder width distance apart. Make some space for your belly and your chest. If it feels good, grab your elbows and then just give a little time here to let your spine dangle. So allow your head to be soft and heavy. Back of the neck is soft and heavy. So maybe your gaze is towards the back of your mat or to the wall behind you. Take one more breath here. And then when you're ready, soften your hands towards the floor, bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, strong from your navel center, roll up to a standing position. And then once you find your way up, take a couple of good rolls of your shoulders, roll them around, down and back. Great. And then in that standing position with soft shoulders, arms just kind of heavy and loose at your sides, we're going to come into that bamboo swing in the breeze. So you're going to find a little sway forward and back, maybe a little sway side to side. If you like and it feels comfortable, allow your eyes to close down and you might find that natural sway without much effort. You won't even have to think about it. As you sway here, just tune in. Notice your feet connected to the floor. That subtle shift in your ankles, that subtle shift in your knees and your hips. And then see if you can find that neutral position so that you're centered over your feet, head, heart, hips, and heels all in line, shoulders soften down, and then come into a little stillness. Get a little bit taller and lift it up through the front of your body, lift up through the crown of your head. Take a nice big inhale here. Awesome. Open your eyes, inhale, raise your arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge at your waist, fold down to the ground. Inhale to a half forward fold, hands glide to the shins. Keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften all the way down, bend your knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, strong from your navel center, roll up to a standing position, roll your shoulders down and back. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, we fold down. You can bend the knees or keep them straight, whichever is going to feel good. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. We're going to step the right leg back into a low lunge. So you're going to bring that knee down to the ground, toes tucked or release. That'll be totally up to you. Hand to the front knee, lift your chest. Pull that left hip crease back, legs nice and strong. And then we're going to take just the right arm. So the leg that's behind you, that right arm is going to lift up and look up. And then exhale, reach it back just slightly behind you and find the back of your thigh. Inhale, reach your arm up and look up. Exhale, bring that hand behind you and just find the back of your thigh. Nice. Inhale, arm reaches up and look up. And now we're going to take that hand and swim it behind you. Circle that hand all the way around. Find the back of your thigh and then reach that top hand up. Look to the sky. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Spin both hands down to the ground. Frame your front foot. We're going to take 3 half splits here. So we're just going to take a couple of gentle rocks forward and back, only going as far as feels good to you. Great. And then the next time you rock forward, stay there, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee up. So we come into a high lunge, and then we're going to lift the fingertips away from the floor with a nice strong back. Keep your heart leaning forward, just airplane the arms, reach them back behind you. Bring some energy into the fingers, gazes forward, but down. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then soften your hands back down to the ground, framing your front foot. We're going to step back to a plank. Lovely. And then bring your knees down to the ground, lower gently onto your belly. 3 low cobras here. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift your heart up. Exhale to lower down. We're going to inhale, lift and hold. Stay in that lifted position. Pull your hands up away from the floor. Feel that strength in your back. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then soften your hands down to the ground. Curl your toes under. Either push your way up to a tabletop or a plank, and then find your way up to downward facing dog. When you're ready, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale to fold down, knees bent or straight, totally up to you. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, low lunge, toes tucked or release. That's totally up to you. Find that length behind you that's comfortable enough, and then bring your hand to your front knee, lift your chest. Pull that right hip crease back. Right hand's going to stay down. We're going to work with just the left hand. Inhale, lift your hand up, look to the sky. Exhale, reach your left hand back and just find the back of your thigh. Nice. Inhale, reach your arm up and look up. Exhale, reach that hand back, find the back of your thigh. Beautiful. Inhale, arm reaches up and look up. And now swim that hand behind you, find the back of your thigh, reach your right hand up, look to the sky. Beautiful. Spin your hands down to the ground, frame your front foot, and then 3 half splits here. Rock yourself forward and back, going just as far as feels comfortable. Nice. And then the next time you come forward, curl the back toes under, pick your back knee up. If you have the stability, you're going to lift your hands up, airplane the arms, just reaching them behind you. So we're keeping the heart tilted forward, gaze is forward and down. Nice, strong legs. Beautiful. Take one more breath. Awesome. And then float your hands down to the ground, frame that front foot, step your front foot back to a plank. Cool. Bring your knees down with control, lower onto your belly. From here, bend both knees and windshield wiper your heels a little side to side. Lovely. One more little swish those heels side to side. And then we're going to keep the right knee bent, but soften your left foot down to the ground. Reach your right hand back, catch hold of that foot if you can. Hug your heel in towards your butt, rotate your heart forward, look forward, and take a breath. Awesome. And then release that foot with control, lower it down to the ground, switching sides, bending and bringing the left foot in. Reach your left hand back, catch hold of the blade edge of the foot. Hug your heel in towards your butt, heart forward, look forward, take a breath. Nice. Release that foot for a second, rearrange anything that you need to, and then we're going to see how it feels to bend both knees. See if you can reach both hands back. So catch hold of the right foot, catch hold of the left, and then see if you can hug the heels in towards your butt, hug your shoulders in towards each other. So we find a slight tiny lift in the chest. You might be super happy here. If this feels good and you want just a little bit more sensation, you're going to think about pushing your feet into your hands into your feet. You'll find a little opening through the front of the body. And then just for a moment here, notice your breath. Nice, gentle inhale. Nice, slow exhale. 2 more cycles of breath if you can. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, slowly and mindfully release your handholds from your feet. Float your feet back down to the ground. We're going to crisscross our palms and just let your cheek rest on one side, softening everything else down. Soften your back, soften your shoulders, soften into your breath. If your head is turned to one side, gently pick it up and turn it the other way just to kind of keep yourself even. Take one more breath. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, slowly lift your head up. Bring your hands alongside your shoulders. Take one cobra here. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale to lower down. Power up to a plank or through tabletop, and then find your way up to downward facing dog. When you're ready, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to a forward fold, and then we're going to roll our way right down to the ground. So bend your knees, pick up your heels, sink into that little ball of yarn, tuck your chin into your chest, pause there for a second, take a breath. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, sit down onto your butt. And then we're going to take it into a little modified boat to find a little bit of core work before we lower ourselves down to the ground. So grab hold of the back of the thigh, lean back into your sits bones, lift your legs up, and then find this nice lifted spine. Length out through the crown of your head, a little firmness in your arms, thighs pressing into your hands. Take one more breath here. Nice. And then float your toes down, curl your tailbone under, roll your way down to the ground. Once you found your way down, walk your heels in a little bit closer to your butt, hands alongside your hips. One bridge pose here. As you inhale, you're going to lift your hips up nice and high. Think about knees lengthening toward your toes. So we find a little length through the tops of the thighs, through the front of the hips. Take a nice big breath here. Awesome. And then when you're ready, slowly lower your way down to the ground, taking your right leg across the left into a figure 4 position. With an inhale, pick your left leg up. If it feels good, thread your hands through, grab the back of the thigh or the top of the shin, and then hug it all in, just to your comfort level. Keeping your shoulders soft, softening into your breath. Take one more breath here. And then when you're ready, slowly and mindfully release, step the right leg off the left, and then set yourself up to the other side. Left leg comes across the right, lift the right leg up, maybe reach through, grab the back of the thigh or the top of the shin, and then bring it into your comfort level. Keep your shoulders soft, soften into your breath. When you're ready, nice and easy, release your hold from the back of the thigh or the shin. And then we're just going to uncross the leg and then right in the air, keep your legs in a 90-degree bend. Take it right into a twist. Drop the knees over to the right. Let them come all the way down to the ground. Left shoulder is going to stay nice and engaged towards the floor. If it feels good, Right hand's going to find the outsides of the thighs as you press the thighs down, press your left shoulder down, turn your head to the left, and take a nice big breath. Can you let your awareness come back to the ribs, noticing your breath in the ribs, the top ribs and your bottom ribs? Take one more breath. If your hand is on your thigh, go ahead and release it. Pick those knees up, come to center. And then when you're ready, take it over to the other side, dropping your knees over to the left, trying to keep the right shoulder down towards the ground. And then once you found your way there, if it feels good, left hand's going to find the outside of the right thigh. Press your thighs down, press your right shoulder down, turn your head to the right, tune back into your breath. Can you notice the breath in the side of your ribs? Take one more breath. If your hand is on the thigh, go ahead and release it, lifting both knees back to center. And then we're just going to pull those knees in towards the chest. Take the knees, draw them in circles, go in one direction. And then take your knees, draw them in circles, go the other way. Nice. And then from here, we're going to hold on to the right knee, let your left leg extend nice and long, just a little wind relieving pose. You're just going to hug that knee in just as tight as you like. Let your shoulders soften. Let your left extended leg be soft. Take a nice big inhale. Nice slow exhale. When you're ready, pull that left knee back in towards your chest. Hold on to the left knee, send your right leg nice and long. Hug the left knee in just as much as you like. Let the right leg soften just a little bit. Take one more breath. Nice. And then when you're ready, pull the right knee into your chest so both knees come in, give a little hug, a little squeeze, maybe a gentle rock side to side. And then we're going to finish with some windshield wipers. So step your feet down to the ground, super wide out to the outer edges of your mat. And just take a couple windshield wipers gently side to side. Noticing your knees, noticing your hips, noticing your back, and then asking your body where would be your best Shavasana. Would it feel good to stay in constructive rest? Let your knees drop in towards each other. Do you want a little bit more action for the hips? Would a cobbler's pose feel good? Soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right. Maybe you walk your feet long in that more traditional shape, or maybe you roll to one side or flip over onto your belly. So take a second to tune into your body and ask it what it needs or wants. And then once you feel like you found a physical shape that would feel good, take a moment or two to let your body settle in. See if there's any little wiggles or adjustments that you can make so everything feels good, happy, and comfortable. And then before you completely settle into your Shavasana, with your eyes open, looking up towards the ceiling, just take a moment to offer up a little gratitude for the ceiling above you, for the floor beneath you, the walls around you, and the safe space that you have to work in. And then if it feels good, allow your eyes to close down. Inviting a soft, natural rhythm back into your breath. Start to bring your awareness back into your body. And gently wake up your fingers, wake up your toes. Invite some gentle movement back into your knees, your wrists, your ankles, your hips, anywhere that a little gentle movement might feel good. And then when you feel ready, if it feels good to you, take a good morning stretch like a yawn. Stretch your fingers up and overhead. Take a nice big giant breath back into your body. And then slowly and mindfully start to find your way up to a comfortable seated position. You might opt to roll to one side, rock and roll up, or come up in any way that feels good. Great. And then once you found your way up, just take a second, wiggle into your sits bones, find that nice tall uplifted spine, shoulders soften down. We're going to bring the hands together, fire up the palms, get the hands nice and good and hot. And then we're going to open our hands up like a book, reach them up and overhead, touch the space between your shoulder blades, glide your hands towards your heart, flick them out, and then bring them back together. Fire up your palms, get them nice and good and hot. Open your hands up like a book, reach them up and overhead, touch the space between your shoulder blades, glide your hands toward your heart and flick them out. Clap your hands together one last time. Fire up your palms, get them nice and good and hot. Open up your hands like a book, reach them up and overhead, touch the space between your shoulders, glide your hands toward your heart, flick them out, and then bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra, prayer hands to heart center. Bow your head to your heart. Breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and for all of your hard work. And I send my love and gratitude out to you. Thank you for sharing your morning with me. Gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy Saturday.